Keith Urban. This is something 2.0 was telling me about, and I was like, I thought she was fucking with me. But remember, Keith Urban, guys. Yes, when you think of country music, you think of some guy that goes, "Good day, mates. We're from Australia, and I'm going to sing you a song." Because that's what you think of a country music is Keith Urban. Well, Keith Urban was married to Nicole Kidman, but they had a prenup. And they're getting divorced, it looks like. And yes, there's something in the prenup called the cocaine clause. And I didn't know this. About Keith Urban. Apparently, Keith Urban and Nick both have a shared love of riding the white stallion, as it were, or the nose candy, or the booger sugar, or the la cocaína, whatever you wish to call it. But they have a combined net worth of $325 million, which I thought it'd be a lot more than that. So when they have a lot at stake, and they say Nicole Kidman's got an estimated worth of $250. Filed for divorce from Keith Urban after 19 years of marriage. She's only 58. I thought she was older. It was Keith, who's only worth 75, who initiated the split. He's already dating. Their couple's monthly income is at $100,000 each. What the lawyers now to sit down and crunch the numbers, and yeah, it's going to be a lot there. Much of this will be determined by their prenups when they got married, which now Keith Urban can walk away with $17 million on top of what he's got. And if you guys don't remember Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman, there you go. I kind of find it hard if you don't know what they look like. So he signed an agreement which he gets $900,000 for every year of marriage. But he had a cocaine clause, which he's only eligible for if he steered clear of drugs and alcohol. I knew Keith Urban had like a drinking problem. I didn't know he had a cocaine problem. Like, when the fuck did that happen? But I didn't realize he had I was in college with him, so I don't really pay attention. But he revealed that it was his wife who staged his interventions, and she won't be walking away from the divorce empty-handed. So they have to divvy up their assets. This is them back and then. They have 6 apartments in a single high-rise block in Sydney. Jesus Christ. They bought a 420, this only says 420 square foot, apartment for $6 million. 3 years later, square meter. That's square meter. So that's pretty fucking huge. They've bought a lot of stuff. They have all kinds of fucking money. They have a sprawling estate that was for $6.5 million. It's located at 45 hectares. Chat, you're like, we don't do that in America. We use acres, correct. 145 kilometers from Sydney, near the town of Bunya. They have a 20-room mansion in Nashville. Like, they've got, all this shit is going to be hard to divvy up. They're going to have to do child support. They got 2 kids. Sunday Rose is like, geez, these people fucking ruin their kids with names. Then Faith Margaret, that's not a bad name. But yeah, they got a couple of kids. Neither party will receive monthly child support, as Keith has already prepaid all of his child support. I will say, if that is the most boss thing ever. You're like, it's kind of like Jay Moore when he's talked about it before. He's like, I wrote a fucking check and I was done. And he's just like, here you go, Nicole, take my fucking money. And he's like, get out of here. But I mean, there's all kinds of things you have to consider. There's already a parenting plan they've agreed to where she gets 306 days while Keith gets 59. It's like Keith Urban's on the steel toe plan. It's like Aaron's like Keith Urban, chat. They both did cocaine. Keith has a kids, this is a pretty normal thing here. This is also a normal thing where you get to do holidays. There's parenting schedules, court set up where, Mother's Day, mom gets them, Father's Day, dad gets them. But then the holidays, they alternate. Thanksgiving one year, other year. If you have Thanksgiving, they get Christmas. If they get Christmas, they get Christmas Eve. Like, they break it up very, very deliberately if they can't agree to stuff. So the interesting part there's another part for Keith Urban. The cocaine clause. Keith Urban would earn $600,000 every year they were married if he remained sober. That is so fucking hilarious. That is so fucking hilarious. Like, that's a lot of reasons not to get high. They both did cocaine and have an ex-wife who was more successful. Oh no, chat. That's rough. It's crazy to put in a clause where they can only cash out money if they separate. Well, I mean, like, but that's part of it wasn't meant for that. It's meant for I want him to stay sober, so I'll pay him to be sober. I mean, that's never something you see like that. Did she have him test frequently? Maybe she did. I don't know what the terms of it were. Maybe that was part of it. Certainly, though, it depends on how much Nicole wants to fight. But she could be like, I know he was doing cocaine all the time. Like, it's gonna be great. Like, I could see that totally happening. It depends on what they're gonna do. It depends on how they're gonna fight this.